Okay, welcome back to another Quantium Research live stream. It's been a while. It has been a while. I took the Christmas holidays off to go back and visit the family. And in doing so, I left my setup here. I could trade from the laptop, but streaming would have been a bit more difficult. So, we're back now. If you've been following the YouTube videos, you'd probably know that we are long AO World. And that is one choppy share for something that doesn't really move much. It's very, very choppy. Look at the daily. In the morning we were at 4:30 and now we're at 4:09. And the whole picture actually could change. Sub 4:07 towards end of day. So we'd like it to hold above 4:07, even just touch above. And then that's a good setup for the next day. We need the index to weaken here. And it's just going from strength to strength. 66.40 on the FTSE 100, but obviously the FTSE 350 is the focus, but it's still similarly correlated to a degree. So we're looking there. Also interesting to see a couple of oilers doing well today. Gulf Keystone Petroleum, Enquist, Tullow even. The spotlight stock for the next session, this is the US session rather, which opens in 2 hours and 21 minutes time, is the stock called Alibaba. Ooh, I always make this mistake. Alright, Alibaba. So we wanted to short them, and there is a lot of there are a lot of problems going on with regards to where Jack Ma is. Apparently Jack Ma is missing. Jack Ma is the founder of Alibaba and China's third richest man. Or person, I'm not sure about the exact stat. But we can see that they had that gap up. Boom, created a gap close. This one's probably closing in pre-market already. As much as I'd like to short, because it's a value position that I'm looking to go long, I want to hold off doing that, and then I will prey on it once all the bad news is coming out, because I like the look of this company versus any of the big guys out there. This is my top pick. So whilst it has a lot of regulatory risk, everything has a regulatory risk. Let me pull up the YouTube live stream though. I need to make sure I can see chat, because normally I get too carried away. Oh, and I've made some really cool lists to make some data for those who are interested. This is a teaser at what's to come with the QR Plus package that will be announced very soon. But at the moment, I'm going to put out some free data, free ideas, as we always do. Okay. One there as well of interest, 2E retesting, but gapping. It can't seem to hold these points, 500 pence or so, in trading hours. It always has to be a gap up, and then it stays around the level where the highs of the open were. So if you're shorting it, you got easy money in for an intraday scalp kind of thing, as opposed to an overnight hold, because if you short and hold overnight, this is what happens. You lose money. Alright, well, we got AO there. We obviously want to be holding this, but we're very close to being cut out. And that's not by a stop, but manually. Stop now is really irrelevant. I just put it there in case something happens and it's out of my control, and I'm comfortable with losing that much money. I'm going to... Yo, hello, Yassine Lawrence. How you doing? I didn't realize, because we're in the stream pop-ups, we might be having a lot of people versus the normal. That means I should probably pull up the chat. How you doing, Yassine? And welcome to everybody else who's joined. This series, if you're not familiar with what we do at Quantium Research, well, beyond everything else, this series is a £10,000 trading account. As you can see here, I put £10,000 in a trading account of my own money to see what we can do with it over ideally a 2-3 year time span of these streams. The streams aren't totally regular, but whenever a trade is coming up or we can catch something in action, some interesting moves, then we'll go and live stream it. So we started about a month and a bit ago, and we started with £10,000, £10,007, just because I transferred the wrong amount of money by accident. But we're up about £550, let's say. £550 is 5.5%. Nothing huge, but for all live trading, it shows that you can slowly build wealth without having to every day be on the market kind of thing. It's about playing the game, not being right all the time. And we're also up about £200 on this one. So you add that to the 560, that gives our equity right now, minus £20 in fees, 10,780. So if I sold now, that's what the portfolio would be valued at. So that would be 7.8%. I'm not selling now, quite close. But if I do end up selling, I think that would only be about 100 profit in terms of where I'm going to cut. I want to be adding Baba for long-term hold kind of thing. I need to go into my model and then look at that a little bit. Also, I've made some juicy lists. Check these out. Boom. Okay. UK housing real estate investment trusts. All the main ones. Unite Group, which owns most of the student accommodation across the UK. That means they make a lot of rent, but they had a one-off losing year where they were refunding a lot of students. This year, they haven't done so. But if they do, apparently there are some strikes going on. If they do, then that's going to be one that potentially won't do too well. That's a UTG Unite Group. DIGS, this is another student living company. And it's interesting, if we look at the dailies as well, you can see that both companies track each other in terms of performance similarly. You can see that November vaccine move, around 30% of an increase. UTG went from 890 pence to 1127, so about 20%. Not as much as DIGS, but DIGS is obviously smaller, as you can see. Market cap is 651 million for DIGS, and it is 4.2 billion or so for Unite Group. And let's check across, or I probably should point out, I own shares in Civitas Social Housing before I give any comments on them. I don't own shares in UTG, DIGS, or even ESB, Soho, or Resi. But the reason why I own shares in them is that, you can probably see now, look at those performances again. Similar. This one is irrelevant because its structure is a little different and its size, as you can see, is a little different. But of these four, boom, 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 pow. Oh, I actually clicked the anomaly by accident. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Guess what? This one stands out. Why? Because they get their money from social housing, which means it's indexed. It still increases during COVID. COVID didn't affect it at all, which is good for these guys. Not for most, though, in the sector. Oh, what I'm going to do is, I really don't want to cut this trade, but I think we might have to soon. Look at that pop up. Okay. Yeah, that one's a shame. I'll actually tweet that we're live. I keep forgetting to do that. Oh, that's not nice. This stock's trying, but it's not winning in its attempt to hold I don't like that low situation too. I'm live for the next hour, going through REITs. Other sectors. Meanwhile, maybe change. Let me grab this. Re-evaluation. Okay. Yeah. If we're breaking this, we're going 386. If we break today, we are. If we break tomorrow, we're actually going higher. I'm not sure. We had Rose on the way up and failed, and now we're back to where we kind of began that move. Not healthy, nonetheless. Heglout says, someday I'll trade enough to get that many. Oh, yo. Heglout. Alright, I'm going to explain that. I don't know if you're probably new to the stream. Yeah, no, it's not really an interesting story. So, hold up. Is everything working? Okay, Heglout. So the way the Amazon boxes are there, I'm not like a dropshipper or OG or none of that. Now, so we did a fundraiser for people sleeping rough. Some may be homeless, some may be transitioning in our community, and we raised a decent amount in 2 days. And this behind me includes all the stuff that I need to organize over the next few days. I'm going to pack them in separate bags, and we're going to walk around town. That is London. We're going to walk around the city of London, whether it's east, north, west, south, whatever. And we will try and see if we can help a couple of folks. Because I myself, I had a good month just generally, and I thought I don't feel comfortable not doing something like this. And a couple of students got together and we did it. And yeah, it's a bit of fun as well to pack these things together. But I can't store them anywhere else because there's about 10, 11 Amazon boxes just in my flat alone that you can see, and the rest are on the other side. So, because of COVID, people can't store them in rooms or anything. I don't know why. In like university rooms. So I'm storing them here. But yeah, I apologize if that caught anyone off guard. Those are just the things we ordered. It's quite difficult to pack them all, but I'll get that sorted soon. But anyways, the whole point of this stream is to consider whether we're cutting Airworld. That's one that hurts because whilst I think it has much more upside, I don't like to be in a situation where I'm going to go from positive to negative when I know it, when I can just re-enter and make the same amount of money kind of thing. It's a weird one, this one. Very weird indeed. Checking the spread, not ideal. Imagine you have a little spike, sold off, and it's even lower than where it began, pre-spike. But nonetheless, we were looking at some real estate investment trusts. That's what I'm going to pull up real quick. Just in case anyone missed it, I was looking at the main 4 real estate investment trusts in the UK. Unite Group, which you can see here, and GCP Student Living here as well. ESP Empiric Student Property. They're all generally student related income. So if students are going into those accommodations, say post-COVID, then their money's basically guaranteed, because it's normally student finance and international students, those who have a lot more money. So they end up paying this straight. They pay it up front generally. So CSH is another separate one. I'm not going to talk about Soho and Resi because their structures are a little bit more illiquid, and I wouldn't really look to them too much as an investment. It's because you don't make money on the growth story. If it's a REIT, you get the same proportional income because they dilute equity and they acquire assets, and then you get your dividend. So whether it's 100 million or a billion, you don't make more money. So why not take the bigger business that has the same amount of rental income, just an established presence in the arena? That's what my thesis is, to stick to these guys. The top four you can see. But here's the thing, look at the charts for these three: UTG, DIGS, ESP, and then CSH. Which one stands out? One more time: UTG, DIGS, ESP. These are all the daily charts, bear in mind. And CSH. As you can tell, CSH stands out. This real estate investment trust, in case you're not familiar with what they are, by buying a real estate investment trust, that allows you to have exposure to property. Essentially, the real estate investment trust owns property, buys more property, and that property is for the sole purpose of income. So they will rent these properties out. Student living companies, UTG, Unite Group, for example, owns, I think, 3,000 properties alone just for student flats. The one I live in right now is a Unite Group property. They merged with someone and they became so large. But the important point is that during that early COVID lockdown back in March, these guys actually made a loss because they were refunding rent. Students were going outside, kind of thing, from their arrangements, and they were allowed to. Now they're locked in, so they haven't really done that. But there is a strike going on, so we're not sure whether there will be some form of partial reimbursement. Any reimbursement hits their profitability and thus hits the valuation of the real estate investment trust. We're just going to check up on AO real quick because I think we're very close to having to... Yep. It isn't ideal because it's still primed to break out, but you have to protect your earnings. And you don't get attached to a company. I'm trying to play this for value, but I do think it's worth much, much more. It's just, look, I can be entering at 374 if I really wanted to. So I'm going to have to reevaluate that. It's very close. It's trying. Twice it is recovered and then failed. I'm just going to check the chat real quick. Which pair are you trading? I don't trade pairs. I'm trading a company. It's called AO World in particular. And the ones we were talking about earlier were real estate investment trusts. So without buying a house, you can still have exposure to property and make, I wouldn't say property-like returns, but something similar to that. Is the microphone working? It is. Okay. Yeah. It will be... Oh. This spread's playing me, though. Because the spread's... Wait, Candle's got 7 minutes left. Huh. Yeah, I should be closing. That's a shame because we would have gotten 4:30 earlier. And there was an indication of this. But I just wasn't quick enough. Oh, can I pull up Bloomberg real quick whilst I'm here? See if I have any more data that will help us with this decision. I wanted to see. Are we tracking? Yeah, 411's tracking. I assume we'll do 406, break lower, and then retest 406. So do we get the re-entry? I'm gonna have to close it. Oh man, shame. Okay. Well, I just closed the AO World position at 404, not ideal. I just reevaluated the position and realized that I'm risking potentially 20 more points just for really sticking in the same length of time that I would be in. You know, holding from 426 range to 3, I'd say, 80 or something at the current moment. Maybe even 370. It doesn't make sense. And going through it in my head, I sat and I thought, okay, yep, I'm going to close this. We netted 180 after fees. Not great, considering the risk we'd taken. It's probably half VR, I believe. Way I can work that out is put my size in the calculator, times it by how much I would have sold on stop 3. Yeah. It is what it is. It's not a big deal. But we are out for now. I kind of would like to get back into these guys, but the way the market's rotated a little bit eases towards a bit of a correction. And our main setup on daily is coming to an end unless it retests lower. And if it does retest lower, then we're going to buy some shares. And we might get the difference of the 20 pence per share, which is roughly another £200. And that's what we made on this trade. So let's make our money, lock in the gains, and play the game again. So yeah, this has been a position we've held for a while, so it wasn't easy money in a short amount of time. But you have to get in, get out. This is how you play the game, I guess. But nonetheless, apologies for the boxes behind me. Those are what we've been able to purchase with the proceeds of the fundraiser, which I'm grateful to many people in the community that helped us with. The fundraiser for folks sleeping rough in our local community. Can't wait to start distributing. I'm going to have to spend the rest of the day packing though. So in the meantime, yep, we've closed AO. You can see we entered at £3, well, 383.5 pence per share. We closed at 405.5 pence per share. Not an ideal price, but the intraday setups evaluated, the daily one invalidated rather, goodness me, and the daily setup is starting to invalidate, which means even if it doesn't invalidate, we can get a cheaper entry. So I'll catch you guys some other time, but thank you for tuning in. This probably will be a longer set of trades on AO, but we're keeping patient. Catch you all soon. Alright. Okay. That's a shame. It's fine that we made money, but you know, that's not the point. I kind of wanted to hold this for the sake of building a portfolio of additional positions related to this. So that's a shame. I'm probably going to get back in. Yeah. 405.5 was it? I still have my allocation on my ISA, which I'm just going to hold. But that was from the 330s, so I don't really worry too much about that. But in terms of this trading account, I'm trading full size on this. Partial is more for the other ones, like Alibaba type trades, which I'm waiting for, hopefully. Check the chat. Yo, Happy New Year. Yo, Depressed T, welcome back, man. How you doing? D Barrett 35 says, Euro against the New Zealand dollar long. I don't really trade those pairs regularly, so I wouldn't know. That's not my main area of focus. I'm a stocks guy, if anything, but more any other asset beyond currency. The only reason I'd use currency is hedging exposure. Basically hedging against being in a stock in one currency, or I don't know, an asset, ETF, futures, whatever. Play the game. That's the... Oh. Message on LinkedIn. Oh. Someone's built a co-working office space business right where I live. How coincidental. Let me just get this up. Yo, Depressed T, this year is going to be dope. It's going to be amazing, man. Yeah, I've been away for a bit. I went back to see the family, and that meant I was able to stream less. So I did a... Wow. Ooh. I was going to say I came back literally today. You see these boxes behind me. I need to start packing some of these stuff. These aren't mine. These are for the fundraiser. But in terms of returns, our portfolio right now, well, this is not my own. My own's obviously much better off. But 7.6% in the month or so we've been doing this is nice, considering we haven't really taken much risk. The equity curve has literally been a straight line up with slightly longer intervals than you would normally assume. But we're happy. It's all good. But certainly not as good as your return. 350%. Amazing. Yeah, a lot of people doing crypto, for example, have made a lot of money. And they deserve it. Because, you know, it's great. You can share with the community. All strategies used on 2020. Wonderful, man. Wonderful. I hope we can maybe even chat sometime and see if we can build some resources for this beautiful community. Speaking of beautiful resources, on my other screen I have some amazing spreadsheets, and on this screen I have more sectors. Has anybody liked the look of the tech sector? Well, you can't just be like, I'm going to be long tech. You'll be thinking, what about cybersecurity? What about next-gen connectivity? Information technology? Technology sector representative ETF, global tech, cybersecurity, innovative transaction and prices. Tech in the US, Dow Jones Internet Index. Look at all. This is literally an exponential performance. Only FX and shares to make 350%. Very impressive, man. That's even more impressive. I assume the only reason I was like 350%. I'd have thought crypto did like 50% in a couple of days, and a lot of people have been making money that way. A lot of people have been losing money trying to short that as well. More traditional finance guys. But yeah, in terms of shares, it's crazy how global stock markets are higher than they were pre-COVID. It makes you interested, certainly. I got out of AO World at 405.5, but I did press sell at 404.5, so I kind of got a penny for my thoughts. That was, what are we talking? Ooh, that was £13 purely by luck. Could have gone the other way. So in reality, we only made 160, but that's fine. Whoa, 21 people are watching. Welcome, everybody, to the live stream. I'm streaming for the next half an hour or so, hopefully. I just closed this, should I say investment? No, swing trade that we've had for quite a while. In fact, let me pull this up. Does it work? Let me check. Also, how has everybody been? This whole COVID time has been a bit crazy. Want to hear how you guys been. Not just your trading, how's your mental health? You guys been keeping okay? Oh, and also, because I was long AO World on the CFD. Let me just post about it. Closed the 405 trading to PF allocation at 383.5. closed the 10k portfolio allocation at 383.5. Just now at 405.5. May regret, but wanna get back in. I'm getting a call. I can guarantee this is that same Bitcoin lady. Hello? Hello? Yep, speaking. Alrighty. Sorry about that. That was actually an important phone call. I don't want to look at the chat because I feel like everyone's going to say, I can't hear you, man. Can't hear you. Oh, there's a lot of people around here. How are you guys? Hello, what's your idea about XRP? The SEC investigation, that's my opinion on XRP. Why is it that almost every other cryptocurrency you can find has been on a tear recently, yet XRP has been failing? Why? Because it was technically referred to as a pump and dump kind of thing, because management, the guys who run Ripple, were selling, they were dumping a lot of shares, and that was where the majority of their revenue came from. The thing is, though, if this SEC probe fails, they're probably worth 200-300% more. So it's a binary play. Either it's worth nothing, or it's worth, 2 or 3 times more. But the probability of it working in your favor if you're long is very low. Okay, I'm looking through the messages right now. Market real questions soon. The grayscale will kill Bitcoin. I have no idea what the grayscale is, but Mr. Bear Trader Hidden Pro, feel free to let me know what that is. I'm loving lockdown, man, says Depressed T. Holidays alone for Xmas weren't that great in New Year. Oh, I don't know if you're loving it or you're cussing it out. I'm not sure. Live sales, you gotta love the effort. Oh, I thought they were trying to sell me something. It turns out I'm just trying to move into a property next year, and I'm trying to upgrade a little bit, being a little bit more of a comfortable place so that I can work regularly from there. And no sounds, no regular issues kind of thing. And that place I was calling a little bit in advance, kind of get some information and see if I can get it around where I'm looking for. And that guy was calling me back regarding this beautiful place I saw. I'll give it first to Ryan to review and he'll show the community. I can't come here and disturb as well. Thank you so much to Presti. That's very nice of you. Yeah, I mean, sure, if you regularly make these kind of strategies content, well, don't forget we are a company, Quantium Research. We'd love to maybe work together. Who knows? That might happen, that might not. We love working with talented people. Obaid 108346 says, hey man, what do you think of NIO? I hear it might blow up after January the 9th since they're unveiling the new sedan model. I heard they smashed their sales out of the park, but it's already super overvalued, just by a general sense. I'm going to look at their financials real quick. I've got to head off in about 20 minutes or something. Oh, real quick. I put the wrong password. Okay. For a second, I thought I was locked out from Bloomberg again. One sec, guys. Time to grab the text. Okay. It's a real shame that we got closed. Well, we closed ourselves out, but it's a shame that we don't have. Wow. You're telling me I got played. That is so dumb. Wow. No way. I actually got played. Wow. Don't tell me I got caught right out at the bottom. Because I do need that closed sub there. But it is 30 minutes. It won't really last that long. Who knows? Maybe. Well, I haven't actually tweeted that I've sold yet. I forgot I haven't sent it. I want to get back in. Okay. Seeing as it's back at 410 now. Yeah, back at 410 now. Want to get back in as runs out of steam. Yeah, that one hurts. But this is my system. My system means I'm not always right. But when I am, I win big. When I'm wrong, I either lose a little bit of my earnings or I lose a little bit. So we're right with that. Okay. That's upsetting. Alibaba's the one to follow. That's our next area of focus for this session. I was going to look at NIO. Speaking of which, what's my Bloomberg code? Alright. I can't put that on stream for anyone who asks. Oh no. I made a mistake. I closed the Citrix receiver, which meant I can't log on like that. That is such a shame. That is a huge shame. Huh. Oh, okay. It's good. Bloomberg's up now, folks. We're okay, I believe. I'm gonna update myself with the chat. So Obeid said NIO. Generally, I'm quite skeptical about these kind of companies. You can't just hit the electronic vehicle space and all of a sudden be worth so much. There's so many competitors, man. Come on. But I don't know enough about NIO to comment specifically. So I'm going to pull up some data to help that perspective. But what else? What else? Depressed says, can you add me to the community? IbroBoss. IbroBoss007, welcome to the stream. You're already part of the community being in this stream. I'm not a trading career, nor do I claim to be one. Yeah, fair enough, man. Vincent68 says, greets you from Australia. Good day, mate. How you doing? Greetings from the not so beautiful London at the current moment. It's actually quite rainy. That's why. But otherwise, the city's amazing. I want to actually wait. It's not that rainy anymore because I normally go for my runs to cool off. And I think I probably need to cool off a little bit. Because I'm getting ahead of myself. We've had like 4 straight winning trades. It's happened over a long period of time. But I just can't get ahead of myself like that this early, man. Can't do that. Oh, depressed tea. Alright, I understand what you're trying to say. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Okay. NIO. I don't really like looking at EV companies, in all honesty. It's just too popular. Don't tell me that was... No, it wasn't. 19 people watching us. What's going on with us? I wonder how many watching from that stream feed element are like English-speaking users, how many are not. Alright, NIO's financial. Let's have a quick look. I don't want to be looking at a company that I'm not looking to get back into today. I'm going to pull up Alibaba. Okay, NIO. The current market cap is $76 billion. Is that pre-market? I assume it hasn't changed. This is from the last close. $48.74. If it breaks above 50, I remember there's a wall of resistance. But, you know, if you are above 50, then it's easy goings to the either the next high or new highs. I don't remember exactly what the chart looked like. But revenue, yeah, revenue's what? Doubled year on year. Effectively. That's impressive. The expectation for 2021 to be 4.8 billion. Yeah, it's got revenue growth, but it's not making money. But then again, yeah, Tesla's the same. Well, Tesla's making money, but not enough to say it is a real cash generative machine. Funny seeing AO get dumped on every opportunity, man. Maybe I should have got out on that 408. Make myself £20. Not a big deal. But the gross profit situation is okay. 10% margin expectation, 20% margin the year after this full year, or the last full year. Net profit, 720 million loss to 380 million loss. I feel like the losses can be much larger because at least half of that revenue increase is loss making. So I don't believe those financials at all. It's so overvalued for a business doing 5 billion revenue next year and 2 billion or so this year. It's overvalued. Let's pull up the graph real quick because I gotta get ready to head off in a bit. $50. Oh, okay. Are they trading now? Is this pre-market? NYC. I assume this is pre-market because I thought 48 was the last close. That was 1st Jan, yeah. So above 50, it's straight to new highs. That's quite cool. Oh, no, not new highs, my bad. Wrong chart. 57. Yeah, if you're an options trader, you can make money trading this for a, let's say, for a $4 trade kind of thing. So you pay, I don't know, 30, 40 cents, no, 60, 70 cents, and you make potentially $4 if you're right. But you can easily double your money making a third of that move. I don't see any problems there. But in the long run, let's be honest, this is going to break down. Once it's sub this point, really. If you see lows below 42, and even clearly to confirm, you're really going to be filling gaps on the way up. That 23. Who's screaming? Why are they clapping at 11:56 a.m. in the morning? No way you could be having a gaff at that time. Oh, watch me get roasted for having sold this allocation. Alright, let's check on the chat. Good day, US dollar, Chinese yen king. How you doing? Welcome, premium users and all that. Big vibes. I assume if you love that currency pair, you're going to love this stock, Alibaba, of whom's founder has gone missing. He literally has been away from the public eye in at least 2 months. For 2 months. Looking at accrued for the past 2 months, I feel like $53 is the max we might get. Full lockdowns around Europe. Yeah, in terms of the supply scene, it doesn't make sense for the situation for oil to be higher. I think oil, because the dollar has been weakening, then its valuation has started getting higher. But obviously the dollar is not going to just weaken forever. I think we saw like a 10% decline back to back just in the US dollar index, which is very Can you guys hear that screaming? Symphony of the Screams. But welcome nonetheless to the stream. I didn't realize there were so many of us today. 33 online. Well, welcome nonetheless. And if you guys haven't already, do us a favor. Give us a follow on our page at Quantium Research. And if you haven't done this already, I'm going to show you something even better. Boom. How about we make a deal? If you like the stuff we're doing, give us a subscription on our YouTube channel. Yep, it's free. All you need to do is click subscribe, which I will provide the link for anyone who wants to get in on that action. Why? Because we provide YouTube videos where we literally look at anything. How to trade, how to do technical analysis, how to do fundamental analysis. All of that is at that link I've just shared with you. Our YouTube channel is slowly growing, and that is part of our community as well. Big respect if you did that. Want to see what kind of stuff we do? Check this out. Boom. Look at that. Trade formations explained with examples, real life examples, anything from forex to stocks to commodities, index futures, whatever. Look at that. And we go beyond. Ever wondered how to use moving averages? Smooth or simple moving averages, exponential moving averages, weighted moving averages, volume weighted moving averages, all sorts. Detrending price to track momentum. That's how you really use the MACD. What is the MACD? Figure it out. Oh my gosh. I think people are partying in the bin area. One sec. That's mad. Let me just eat this real quick. That's definitely the bin area. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hmm. This is getting dumped. Alibaba. Great company, just worrying issues right now. I want to just check out how much we paid in short interest, long interest. $150. It's negligible. Let's just say a tenner, but we didn't really pay that. It's like £3. Speaking of which, I had to make the YouTube video real quick. I want to see what I've labeled AO as. What is it called? AO World 16th December Open. Okay, this should be it. I'm going to pull up the chats in a second. MACD and CCI. Yep, commodity channel index, we got that. M5, M16, M15. Charts, easy scalping while staying away from macroeconomic events. Yeah, the dangerous thing is though, intraday moves as a result of that stuff. Just an unexpected macro event that pushes down most things related to it that you wouldn't see. I kind of feel that there's a concept of regular tail events, not just, well, for individual stocks, you know, with the oil stock with the oil and gas industry, when you have a impairment that is unexpected. It's essentially an internal tail event. Not by exact definition, but I think there's reason to say so. So we can't even say once every 10 years. Because the COVID crisis came after the longest bull market ever. Or longest bull market in a very long time, I think. Let's just update this trade. What is this one? This is the next trading video. There are so many boxes to sort through today, so that's gonna be a messy one. What's going on here? I'm all good. Yeah, big shame. But I want to make the vid. I think we're probably going to end the stream.
I just closed the AO World position at 404, not ideal. I just reevaluated the position and realized that I'm risking potentially 20 more points just for really sticking in the same length of time that I would be in. You know, holding from 426 range to 3, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that ends our stream for now. We might be back later, who knows. I think I have a test tomorrow, so I'm probably not going to stream for the rest of the day. But nonetheless, it's been a pleasure seeing all of you guys come down. Depressed T, shout out to yourself for coming through again. We recognize long-time viewer of the stream. Big up yourself and congratulations on your impressive yearly returns. Any other honorable shout outs we can make? Let's have a look. Ooh, Depressed T says, had a 30 trades, got 14 right, 2-to-1 RR. Yeah, you know what it is, yeah. The key is decent RR, but also decent probability of it working out. If you have those on lock, you lose money, you make money, you still make money overall at the end of the day. But, yep, it's a pleasure, man. Pleasure indeed. Thank you guys for coming along. Shout out to Nice Stalk. Shout out to Mr. Bear Hidden Trader Pro. Shout out to Ibro Boss 007. Obeid 108 346. Vincent 68, our Australian friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And US dollar CNY King. I almost said it like the pair's name. Here's our next plan, just if anybody wants to keep track. Alibaba. I haven't pinpointed exactly where we're going to get in, because I want to check a couple of other factors too. And the one thing that's worrying me is I haven't heard anything from, well, personally, I don't know Jack Ma, but the CEO's disappeared for 2 months since he said some comments about the Chinese rulership. That almost certainly is a worry. Now, where do I buy the company? Because I'm not buying Jack Ma, I'm buying the company. The company isn't like him. Depressed T, if you're on Twitter, send me a direct message. I'm on at Ryan Kia 2. If I pull it up real quick. And just for anybody who wants to keep in touch. Let me pull that up. I'm overloading this. I should probably get rid of some stuff that is missing. Yeah. I forgot to delete some stuff and I'm overloading this CPU. Well, we're gonna end the stream in the meantime, but Alibaba, I want them lower. I'm on Twitter, and if you can't seem to find me on Twitter next time, remind me and I'll share it. And we'll chat. But nonetheless, been a pleasure, guys. I've been your host, Ryan Key of the Quantium Research live stream. And as always, I'm going to leave you with the classic until next time. Peace.